What's up, guys? Welcome back to Between the Pylons. I'm John Camacho. Thank you so much for watching. And guys, today we are talking about Oklahoma State wide receiver Tylan Wallace. And guys, this was a requested video, so if you are interested in a specific player you'd like me to do a draft profile on, leave it in the comments below and hit that subscribe button, and I will definitely get to it, putting these videos out twice a week, so stay tuned for all of that. Tylan Wallace is a very, very interesting eval. I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of trouble deciding which way I'm leaning with this guy. It was a tough eval. There are certain things about his game that you can't not love. Just if you're a football fan, you love certain aspects of his game, no doubt about it. But then there are other things, yeah, I have serious issues with, and I have questions. And guys, this is one of the few evaluations for me that after watching the film, after studying the player, I still am going to really lean on the off-season workouts and how he tests physically to see how I really feel about this player, because I could go either way. But guys, let's just go ahead and get started with the film portion of this video. I'll explain the things I like, the things I don't like, and all of that. We'll get going right now. And with this first clip for Wallace, I think it shows just his natural receiving ability a little bit and his ability to recognize coverage. He displays pretty good contact balance here after taking a little bit of a jab from a corner who's definitely smaller than him. Finds the soft spot of the zone. The quarterback puts it right in between these two defenders. And then his ability to create something after the catch here, his ability to just very easily sidestep the safety. And I will fully admit that if this is an NFL safety, he's probably not missing this tackle the way number 4 here does. Regardless, able to sidestep the safety, puts out a stiff arm, gets as many extra yards as he can. A really good play for, you know, a bigger bodied receiver here on the outside. You gotta like that. And here we'll see Wallace at the very bottom of your screen, and watch the route running, especially at the top of this route. This is just a pretty basic slant route versus cover one man coverage, and it's very small, it's very minute, but he's able to create just a little bit of space for himself at the top of the route, this cut. And I think it's the difference of being open versus not being open, because it forces the corner to, I think, just take maybe a quarter of a second pause, gives him just enough space between him and the corner, and then obviously his athleticism is able to create the rest of the space, and the quarterback puts a good throw between the corner and the safety in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown. Really good play by Wallace. I think he does a lot to get himself open here. Good play by the quarterback to throw to the perfect spot. And here we're going to see exactly what I love about Wallace, probably more than anything else, and that's just his ability to make contested catches, acrobatic catches. His hands, his body control is so good. And just watch this basic fade route here against the corner, who is admittedly not in a great position. You can tell when the ball is snapped, he is actually kind of out of position. It gives Wallace a perfect opportunity to run this fade route, and you know, that's just happenstance, but that doesn't negate the fact that the corner is absolutely all over Wallace here, and Wallace has to make a leaping catch over a cornerback that's really just trying to put himself in between him and the ball. There's nothing he can do because Wallace is just so athletic and so good at high pointing the ball, such good body control and such good ability to catch the ball with people in his face and really just anything going on. He's going to bring that ball down. He's going to catch it in bounds, and right there, just an awesome touchdown. All right. So before we go to the next two clips, I do just want to preface this. The last two plays that I'm going to show you, they do a really good job of both showing like the main talent that Wallace has, which is his circus level catches, his ability to high point the football, his body control. All of those things are absolutely amazing, and he deserves all the credit in the world for that. But also hear what I'm saying about the negative side, and that is his inability to create separation at the top of his route and throughout his routes. Really, it's an issue. It's an issue throughout the film that I watch, and it's something that really bothers me for the next level. So just keep that in mind for when we're watching these next two clips, that they're positive plays, absolutely, but there are some negatives that can be gleaned from it as well. You're going to see Wallace at the bottom of your screen, kind of this man-on-man, no help over top here at 3rd and 10. He's just running a basic go route, and the quarterback is pretty much eyeing him the whole way. You know, you're going to throw it to your star receiver, and he does. Quarterback puts pretty much everything he has into this throw, but at the end of the day, he's just not able to get it probably where the ball should have been, right? You'll see Wallace right here does have a step on the defender, and the defender, it does grab hold of him for a second. The ball is already in the air. You'll see Wallace turning around, kind of locating the ball, and he is forced to slow down, make an amazing catch, and bring that in, and really kind of bail out his quarterback for a terrible ball. When he did, I would say win, and won in amazing fashion. But I will say, I want my receiver to show a little bit more explosiveness. I would like him to have beat his man a little bit more. He had a step on him. He did have a step on him, and that's totally fair. But that's about as much as he ever has versus any defender that from the film that I saw, unless it was just a blown coverage or something along those lines. But when a man was manned up against him, as he will certainly see at the next level, he really just never beat his man straight up. So that was the first thing. And then right here, this next play against Texas again, I think this play kind of shows what Oklahoma State was really good at in general. Quarterback didn't have elite arm strength, but he did have pretty okay placement. So right here, he's able to throw a little bit of a back shoulder throw. You'll see Wallace, he is looking at the ball the whole way. You'll see he extends his arm a little bit, creates a little bit of separation. Offensive PI, but honestly, that's just never going to get called because it's so minor. And then he's able to jump, high point the ball again, and bring it down. Again, you have to love that. I love the playmaking ability. I really do. I just have some serious questions. Before we get to the skill chart, I do want to just say another thing that I do believe that, you don't need top level explosiveness, top level athletic ability to create separation. I think he can get there a little bit more with his route running and, add a little bit more to his game in the form of shiftiness. You don't really see him playing in the slot a whole lot in college, so I didn't get a good sense of if I think he can do that, but I think he will certainly be asked to move to the slot if he's not able to create separation on the boundaries at the next level. NFL coaches are going to be forced to test him in the slot and see if he can, create more separation with quickness and route running and things of that nature. So with that being said, let's move on over to the skills portion of this video. All right, guys, let's get into the skill chart here. And I'm not going to go through every single thing on this skill chart, but if you have any burning questions or want some more explanation, just leave a question in the comments and I will do my best to get to it for sure. First of all, I think what needs to be noted and what I consider an absolute elite skill is his hands. 7.5, he catches everything that comes to him. And along with that is his contested catch ability right here at 7.8. His ability to go up and get balls, it's next level. It's so good. And that is his top talent. And as I showed in the film, that's the thing that I can't stop gushing about. You just can't not love it. Quickness, look, I don't see a whole lot of quickness to his game. I think he's a superb athlete in some regards, but his quickness is a huge question for me. And really, I think that's the big thing. Like, I would love to see what his 3-cone drill is. I would love to see if he could move to the slot. If there's any chance that I can get him inside, I would be really interested to see that. Moving on, Yak, look, I definitely think he has the ability to create yards after catch. I put it at 4.46, which is a slight above average, but that's really just right around average. I don't think it's a special skill, but I do think it's, college average, NFL average. I have no problem with it at all. Moving forward, obviously body control, another big thing that you absolutely have to love. 6.8 there. A huge fan of that as well. And then here we obviously talked about it. Separation is the negative. Did not see enough separation for me. Don't really love his release either. That kind of gets into, I think he could be a little bit better route runner. I'm not saying he's a bad route runner by any means. His route running skills is above average. It's, about average for what I give, these college prospects. Not great, but not good at 5.3. Blocking's not great either, but I didn't see a whole lot of blocking either way. So I'm not really worried about it. And then the only other thing that I do think is worth mentioning is his route tree. I gave it a 4. because I only really saw him run a handful of routes, goes, comebacks, the occasional slant route. Beyond that, it really felt like Oklahoma kept him on the boundary. And, that might just be the scheme. There's a lot of things to go into that. So that portion of the grade doesn't count a whole lot against him. I think the overall grade for route tree is only, 3-4% of the final grade. So that doesn't hurt him too much. All right, guys, after going through everything, I want to talk about what I think he can be in the NFL. And this is just one man's opinion. Let me know in the comments who you think he could end up being, where you think he'll end up going. For me, I right now I have him as a 4th round pick. I can go either way on that. If I could absolutely see him, falling into this day 2 if he has just an awesome combine and he blows the doors off the combine. I could see him falling into that. I could also see him dipping pretty far as well. I'm not going to lie. I have him in my 4th, 5th round, somewhere in that ballpark. If he struggles at the combine and athletically just isn't there, I do think a lot of scouts and a lot of teams will see the same thing I saw. Aspects of his game actually remind me of somebody that I missed on pretty bad. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, wide receiver that ended up going to the Eagles out of Stanford. He's not obviously performed very well, and he's had all the opportunity in the world to step up, and he just really couldn't get on the field. I think there's a good reason for that. He wasn't my favorite player by any means or anything like that, but I fell in love with the acrobatic catches, the X receiver style that he had, and I kind of fell prey to the fact that he's catching balls over dudes, but he has to because he can't create separation to do it himself. And to be totally fair, I also think this could be a Keenan Allen type. Maybe they move him inside and they find a little bit more quickness than I saw. I'll be honest, I don't see him as an X receiver in the NFL. I just don't think that's the style of receiver that he is. I think he's going to have to be able to move inside to be successful. And I think there's just a lot of variation on if he'll be able to do that. There's a chance he's Keenan Allen. There's a chance he's JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Now, granted, again, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, not a perfect comp because they're a different body type and all of those other things. But as far as that one missing skill, that's kind of the connection I'm making there. Guys, at the end of the day, I'm very excited for this player. I'm rooting for this player. I'm a huge fan of what he does really, really well. And I hope I'm overthinking it. I really do, because I always root for these kids. Guys, let me know what you guys think. Am I overthinking? Am I way over-exaggerating the issues that I saw? Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's anybody else you would like me to do a draft profile on. And check back here every Monday and Friday for new draft profile videos. Peace out, guys. Thanks.